Hello and welcome back to The Annuity Show. I'm your host for today, Betsy Hume, joined again by the amazing annuity specialist, Elise Roberts. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you so much.
I mean, we've only scratched the surface with how much information you have and with how much information there is out there on annuities because they're so complex and there are so many different types. I want to ask you this because we talked about it briefly in the first segment, but what are some of the most common misconceptions that you hear that people have about annuities?
I think some of the biggest misconceptions about annuities are because people repeat what they hear. They're not really learning about annuities because they're repeating what they've heard,
Right.
that you can't get your money out, it's all locked up.
Right.
Number one, that's not true. And you're not going to be in the wrong one if you work with me. Because if you need money out, I have to make sure you're in the right one to get the amount out that you need when you need it.
Right.
And you can put too much in, and if someone does that to someone, an advisor puts them in an annuity, puts too much money in, doesn't leave enough liquidity. So one of the misconceptions is you can't get your money out. That is
Right.
not true. I'm going to help you and everyone learn about the right way to do this.
Yeah.
There's a right way and a wrong way. And this is another reason why you need an annuity specialist. I chose to do this. This is 37 years in financial services. I've done every segment of financial services. This is my favorite, all-time favorite, because of the misconceptions out
Yeah.
there. The other thing that I've heard a lot is they're so expensive. There's
Right.
a lot of fees.
Uh-huh.
Well, I offer many that have no fees.
Wow.
And I don't charge a fee to help you find that annuity. And once you're in it, if you find a company that doesn't have a cost, and I'm not charging you to come see me or be a part of it, that's a truly no cost
Yeah.
annuity. And a lot of them have cost. So you have to be very careful. You can't just go and think that, oh, I'm not paying anything. Just because someone tells you you're not. You have to know what are the costs? What are all the cost, the risk, all of that. But the misconceptions is they're costly and you can't get your money out. So we're going to hopefully educate the public so that when they look at annuities, they give it a much more open mind and they realize that if they do it right, it can be a really great financial tool, especially in retirement.
Absolutely. It's like, and as you said, it continues to evolve and they introduce new types and new subcategories. And so there's always an opportunity to learn more about annuities specifically. So I'm really excited to have you to help us educate people.
Right.
Here's another question that I kind of touched on in the first segment, but I want to know what you think. Are annuities only for retirees or people approaching retirement, or should young people invest in annuities as well?
So my experience with younger people and annuities, I have many younger clients and they are a right fit. But there's many that are not because they're too busy raising their family, taking care of the bills. And the main thing for them may be more important that if something happened to them, more like life insurance and those things, rather than putting money in an annuity, because they're in a younger age where they're really not ready to not have 100% of access to that money.
Right.
Now, if they're in retirement money, they can't touch it anyway. So this is a great place for younger people to have their retirement money that they're not going to touch anyway.
Oh, sure.
So this is a place to grow it. And in the types that I would offer to someone younger are a little different than the types I would offer to someone older. There's reasons for that. They may not be setting up that lifetime of income yet. They may be growing that money and be in 2 or 3 different ones before they get to that point where they shift it into an annuity that has an income. So there's just so many different types. I would love to share, since we're in our beginning chapter, our beginning segments of the annuity show. There's 3 types of annuities, period, out in the world.
Okay.
So you have your fixed annuity, which is, and we're going to touch on this in other chapters and episodes. We're going to touch on this more in depth. But there's fixed annuities, then there's variable annuities, and then there's one in the middle that bridges the two together, which is the fixed indexed.
Okay.
And the fixed index has 3 types. They have accumulation, income, and then legacy. And we're going to get into all what that meant because I just threw a lot at everyone.
Vocab
But I'm
words.
real good at simplifying it. So hang with us. Don't give up. Don't be afraid of this. Hang in there and learn because you'll be amazed what you'll learn. And I'm never going to tell someone that they should have all their money in an annuity. That's all I do now. But I have to tell you that you need other money. You need other things. So I partner well with other people as for what I do, I partner with others. And I also, because other people need other advisors.
Yeah.
They need other types of advisors. So anyway, it's not that young people can't have them. It's just that there are less younger people willing to put the money somewhere where they can't get to all of it
Right.
when they need it. And there are limits of what you can get out during those time frames that you choose.
I see. So the more I talk to you about annuities, the more I realize how little I know about them and how complicated, like just now I realized there's a lot of strategy involved in not only which annuities you choose, but when in your life you choose them.
Yes.
And so to try and go into this by yourself, to go in blind as it were, seems like a very foolish option. You need, like you said, an advisor who specializes in annuities.
Well, actually, the consumer cannot go in it alone. They just
Okay.
can't. So it's a good thing because they need an agent advisor of annuities to actually help them. They can't just call an insurance company, say they want one, and they know which one they want, and the company will let them have it. It just doesn't work that way because the company has
With
to
good
protect
reason.
itself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So people like myself, that's where the insurance company, and I think that's part of another question or thing that we need to get out there is, where's that role?
I
What
was
is the
just going
role-
to ask that actually. What is the role of the insurance company?
It's really important because the role of the insurance company, and I'll simplify it in one word, suitability. And they count on us as the advisor, agent advisor, to make sure that we don't bring someone to them, put them in this plan that should not be in that plan. So we do the work in the front. Now they double check it, of course. And that what they don't want is for us to bring accounts and clients to them and constantly say no to them. So we don't want to hear no. So my job is to make sure if the answer is no, don't go there. And sometimes I have to tell people this isn't right, or maybe it's just not right yet.
Yeah.
But really, the role of the insurance company, they actually hold the money. So I don't hold money. No one writes checks to me.
Right.
Your money's with a huge financial institution, and of course, A-rated or better. This is the way I work. I wouldn't put someone in a company that doesn't have the financials to back what we're doing, because this is your money. This is your lifelong savings.
Absolutely. I hate to say it, we have to take another quick commercial break. I feel like we could talk all day about it. Before we go away for commercials, I want to let you know that if you give us a call today, we're happy to give you a copy of the book that Elise was consulted on. She was the expert consultant on this book, A Journey to Financial Security, the what, why, and how about annuities. It'll help you break all of this very dense, complicated information down into digestible information that you can really absorb. And if you're curious about whether you might be a good fit to maybe attend one of Elise's VIP dinner events, as she calls them, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now and see if there might be one near you that you would be available to attend. And you can also, as I mentioned before, give her a call at 888-526-4184 or visit theannuityshow.com to get more information. But whatever you do, make sure you don't go away because we'll be right back on The Annuity Show.